So for the past year and a half, I've been doing a lot of work with a company called JB Racks. They make budget-friendly vertical bike racks, but one of my favorite products that they make is the garage shed stand. Essentially what this does is it transforms your regular 2-inch hitch bike rack into a portable stand for your garage. Not only allowing you to store your bikes, but also keep your bike rack up off the ground in a nice organized fashion, and the ability to roll it around your garage with ease. I want to show you guys how this will work with different bike racks. You don't have to just have a JB Racks bike rack. You can do this with any 2-inch hitch bike rack, whether it's vertical or a horizontal bike rack. Let's go ahead, let's take a look at it. So this is their shed stand with the vertical JB Rack 5 bike rack on it. Let me go ahead and take this bike rack off and show you guys just the garage shed stand by itself and what all you get for only 200 bucks. To remove your bike rack, it's real simple. It's got a threaded rod back here. You can also use a pin connection if you want, but I only use the threaded rod. And then you just simply lock down the wheels. Each wheel has its own independent lock. So whenever you do have this in your garage, you don't have to worry about it rolling around whenever you don't want it to. Before I remove the bike rack, I always lock all 4 wheels just to make sure it's got a nice stable lock on the ground and it doesn't move whenever I try to remove my bike rack. Now, if you order one of these, it's basically gonna come in a small box in a few pieces. It's gonna come with 2 legs that have 2 pieces that come together. You just simply bolt them together with 2 bolts on each side. You attach the 4 wheels. You'll have a back brace on the very back, and then you'll have 2 plates. And the top plate will come with the actual hitch receiver, and the bottom plate will just be identical without the hitch receiver. You simply just put in 6 bolts, and then you're done. This is super easy to put together, and it's actually really stinking sturdy. It's made with nice high quality steel beams, and the hitch rack looks like something that would come straight off of a vehicle. Now this is designed to roll around on concrete or hard floors. It will not roll around if you have gravel or anything like that. You want to make sure you have a nice smooth surface like what I have here in my barn, and this will allow it to actually roll around with ease. Nice thing about this is if you wanted to actually sit this up and store it against the wall, you can easily do that. It's pretty lightweight and it'll just compactly fit up against the wall, so it's up and out of the way. But I think most of the time, whenever you get one of these, you're gonna be putting your bike rack on it and then possibly storing a few bikes while it's sitting there in your garage. It does come with nice little end caps that cap off the very ends of each one of the legs, so that does look really nice. Now, one of the things I did find is that the bolts don't seem to be all consistent sizes. Like this wheel looks really good. And if we were to look at these bolts, there's a lot of bolts sticking out past that washer, where there's actually less sticking out on this side. So getting some consistency with the bolt sizing would be really nice. Now, I did find that you can easily over tighten some of these bolts. As you can see right here, this one is tightened down a little bit too much. I got a little too excited when doing that. So be careful whenever you're assembling this, don't over tighten the bolts. So if I didn't have this in some sort of stand, this is basically how this vertical bike rack would look. But with this stand, I can keep it upright and I can also store bikes in it. So not only does it organize, it also acts as a form of storage when not in use. So now that we're ready to load a bike in here, just make sure that this is twisted up and out so the bike rack can slide in there. Make sure you have all 4 wheels locked. And then we'll load on this JB Rack 5 bike rack. Just line it up with the hitch, slide it in. And now you're ready to lock it down. To lock it down, you just simply twist this. Whenever you feel it engage, it'll start to kind of pull the rack up a little bit. Get it nice and tight. Now it's sturdy. We can go ahead and load bikes on this. We'll just take this bike right here and we'll just load it up. You can put your bike on there. You can lock it down in there. You can grab another bike. And so you can pretty much just load this up as if it was on the back of your vehicle, but it's on the shed stand. And then once you have it loaded up and you want to move it around, all you have to do is simply just undo these locks. Now you can simply just push this around your garage anywhere you want. Super lightweight, easy to do, even with it loaded up with bikes. So not only does this solve the problem of your bike rack leaning up against the wall being completely useless when not in use on your car, it also solves a storage issue. So you're not having a place where your bike rack is taking up room in your garage and your bikes are taking up room. You're consolidating it all into one area. And then it's just super easy to maneuver this around your garage and get it out of the way whenever you're not wanting to use it. So now that you've seen a JB rack on here, let me load up the Kuat rack just to show you guys what this looks like with a horizontal bike rack. When loading up any other rack, it's the exact same process. Just line up the 2-inch hitch receiver, slide it in place. And now for this one, since this is a horizontal bike rack, you can leave it up like this, roll it around your garage if you want. But if you want to store bikes on it, you just simply just put it in the horizontal position instead of the vertical. And as you can see, this rack goes all the way to the end of that. So this is still going to be very, very stable. And then we can go ahead and we can start loading up a few bikes on here. Just like this. And we'll load up that other one. There we go. Now we can unlock this and we can simply roll this around the garage. It's that easy. This thing is so cool. It just makes having space for a bike rack is already kind of a pain as it is, but then also having to have space for all of your bikes, whether you have 1 bike, 2 bike, or 10 bikes, this gives you a solution to free up a little bit extra space in your garage. And at 200 bucks, I think this is probably one of the best deals you can find for a bike rack kind of storage solution that also doubles your bike rack as a bike storage solution. If you guys want to pick one up, I'll put some links down below. If you guys have any questions for me on any of the JB Rack's products, I can also help you out by answering those questions. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of this shed stand. Is this something that you would use or something that you could use in your garage? All right, guys, as always, get out there and ride your bike. Woo-hoo. That is pretty stinking sweet.